Get ready for the news that's hitting hard across the Southeast. Eastern North Carolina communities are gearing up for a massive celebration as the city of Washington hosts its Juneteenth Freedom Festival at Beebe Memorial Park on June 19th. This free, family-friendly event is set to honor African American freedom and culture with an opening ceremony, live entertainment, food vendors, and amusement rides running from 3 to 7 in the evening. We dive into the details of this important community gathering to see how people are coming together to celebrate history and inspire the future. Data showing facility needs and declining enrollment, and hear directly from parents like Amanda Taylor about the impact this has on their children's education and the community identity tied up in these historic school buildings. And finally, we shift gears to a shocking criminal case as prosecutors reveal disturbing comments made by murder suspect Michael Sanders regarding the killing of his mother. Michael Sanders, 43, was denied bond during his first court appearance on Tuesday, facing charges related to the murder of Roby Sanders, 65, who was stabbed to death at a Clayton apartment complex. Stay with us as we unpack these intense stories and bring you the full picture. Communities throughout eastern North Carolina are gearing up to celebrate Juneteenth with a variety of festivals, live entertainment, and family-oriented activities, marking a tribute to African American freedom and culture. The city of Washington is set to host its Juneteenth Freedom Festival on June 19th at Beebe Memorial Park. Organizers emphasize that this free, family-friendly event aims to honor the past, serve the present, and inspire the future. The festival is scheduled to run from 3 to 7 p.m. and will feature an opening ceremony, live entertainment, food vendors, amusement rides, and other engaging activities. In Onslow County, the Juneteenth Heritage Celebration will take place on June 21st at Onslow Pines Park in Jacksonville. This event will run from 4 to 9 p.m. at the park located at 1250 Onslow Pines Road. Attendees can expect a range of activities, including an art auction featuring artwork created live during the 2026 Black History Celebration. Organizers are encouraging community members to bring lawn chairs to gather for an evening focused on freedom, culture, and unity. Further Juneteenth events across eastern North Carolina are expected to be announced in the coming days. North Carolina High School track star Nyan Brown was controversially disqualified immediately after winning a race, sparking widespread debate over the severity of the punishment. Mallard Creek High School was stripped of its potential state championship after Brown was disqualified for raising his hand before crossing the finish line in the 4x400 relay final, dropping the team to second place. The disqualification stemmed from an act deemed unsportsmanlike conduct, specifically raising his left hand and displaying all 5 fingers at the finish line. North Carolina prep rules permit disqualification for taunting, a ruling that has generated significant discussion across the state and online platforms. Mallard Creek reportedly filed an appeal Monday with the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, NCHSAA, Board of Directors and Commissioner Quet Tucker, with the Independent Interscholastic Athletic Appeals Board set to review the grievance. The NCHSAA acknowledged the disappointment felt by the student athletes and community, reiterating that officiating decisions are final judgments made by certified officials under NFHS and NCHSAA rules regarding unsporting behavior. Brown stated that the gesture was unintentional, emphasizing his respect for opponents and the sport, and denied any intent to taunt. Race officials noted that Brown had previously received a warning for flexing toward photographers earlier in the meet, though the Mallard Creek coaching staff disputed the existence of such a warning. Commissioner Tucker released a statement defending the decision, citing NFHS rules which classify taunting as unsporting conduct warranting disqualification. Tucker expressed disappointment, but suggested the incident could foster a larger conversation about allowing young athletes to celebrate major accomplishments in meaningful ways. North Carolina public school districts are facing significant pressure to close facilities amid tight budgets, driven by declining student enrollment and mounting operational costs. Multiple districts are implementing consolidation plans as part of a broader strategy to ensure fiscal sustainability. Granville County Public Schools is slated to close Wilton Elementary School, projecting annual savings of nearly $600,000. Superintendent Stan Winborn cited tight budgets and the need to maximize every dollar, noting that smaller student populations increase per-student operational expenses for staffing and administration. Across the state, 15 public schools have closed in the WRAL viewing area since 2022, with 57 closures reported statewide. In Vance County, New Hope and Carver elementary schools are closing, while Cumberland County is seeing the closure of Manchester and J.W. Kuhn elementary schools. Cumberland County Schools identified over $800 million in facility needs, including aging buildings and deferred maintenance, as a key driver for closures. Their long-term plan involves temporarily redistributing students and constructing a single, modern facility to consolidate 3 existing schools into one replacement. At South Granville High School, Principal Ashley Clark stated that closures are a financial necessity, emphasizing that when students are not enrolled, maintaining the buildings becomes unsustainable. Conversely, leaders in the Chapel Hill Cabrillo district are signaling a more cautious approach, considering closing only 1 elementary school rather than 2 to avoid future overcrowding. Financial strain is also evident at the state level. The Education Law Center's 2025 study showed North Carolina spent $12,193 per student in 2022-23, significantly below the national average. Governor Josh Stein has urged reconsideration of state education funding levels. Demographic shifts are compounding the challenge. Nathan Dollar of the UNC Carolina Population Center noted that population decline is linked to outmigration and declining birth rates, which impacts average daily membership. This demographic trend is projected to lead to a greater than $2 million reduction in state funding for Chapel Hill Cabrillo in 2026-27. Despite the challenges, some leaders argue that consolidation can offer benefits. South Granville High School Principal Clark noted that combining schools has allowed for expanded course offerings, including a wider variety of CTE courses and a more robust athletic program with increased participation in JV sports. North Carolina murder suspect Michael Sanders has been denied bond following his first court appearance on Tuesday. Sanders is facing charges related to the murder of his mother. Authorities have confirmed that Roby Sanders, aged 65, was stabbed to death on Monday at a Clayton apartment complex. In a significant development, prosecutors are focusing attention on comments made by the suspect, Michael Sanders, who reportedly stated that he was the one who killed his mother. The denial of bond suggests a high level of concern from the prosecution regarding the case.